really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's out of his goal.
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored.
Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through, but Robin's...
Welcome back, people. Welcome back to our live stream. It's been a while. It's been a minute, right? It's been a while. It's been a minute. I haven't been doing a live stream and coming out here and building a vibes with you guys. Just wanted to get the squad to drop at least so we have something to talk about. We wanted to have that at least. But Reggae Boyz squad is out overall. Not much to complain about, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I don't see what I could really complain about. We're gonna play the press conference for some people who wasn't in the press conference, so they maybe get a chance to just hear what took place in the press conference. As you know, this press conference was via Zoom, as the coach, I don't think he is able to make it back in Jamaica, make it to Jamaica in time. I'm gonna miss Bobby Reed. Yeah, Bobby Reed is out. Bless up yourself. Best of yourself, Premier 7. Let me see. Let me just give everybody them big ups in the comment section. Jamaica family vibes. Omar Fallen. This is great news for we can finally get the quality from the JPL. Yeah, so the squad overall, people, not much to complain about there. It is what it is. Leon Bailey is back. For the people who hasn't really got a chance to see the squad. Leon Bailey is back in. Norman Campbell, just the way I spoke about it the last time, people, that there certain players were on the bubble, and it wasn't because they weren't good enough. I think Norman Campbell was gonna end up being a casualty on the sense that he just wasn't getting the playing time. He wasn't getting the playing time, so he was on the bubble. He was one of those players on the bubble, so he didn't get the playing time. Hence, he's out of the squad. No, we see back three. Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed is also out, people. Bobby Reed is also out. But before we get into the discussion, people, big up yourself, Owen. Owen, let me just give you guys a breakdown so you can hear the squad for yourself. And we take it from there.
Press conferences of squad announcements on a Friday, so thank you very much for your patience. It's the squad announcement for the United States in the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinals. The first leg, the 14th of November in Kingston. The second leg on the 18th at City Park in St. Louis, Missouri. We're joined by the head coach of the Jamaica Senior Men's National Team, Mr. Steve McLaren, who will give a few opening remarks, and then we'll get into the squad itself. So, Coach, welcome back to the island. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I must apologise first because I'm absolutely gutted that I can't see you in person because I enjoy our little press conferences and seeing you all face to face. So I'm gutted that I can't do that. Unfortunately,
yeah, man. Owen, I thought that Kaim Dixie he got left off. He was on the bench today again. Big up yourself, Jaros. He wasn't on the bench for Charlton, and I think that Norman Campbell is performing well.
So I
week in and week out. So I said it last week though that Norman Campbell was going to become a casualty.
Thank you for
based on where the team is going. And Isaac Hayden is in, people. You guys will get to hear the squad.
Everything will be the same. They're just the outs. I'll just name the outs, which Norman Campbell. Norman, very, very, very unlucky not to be in this squad since he came in the first. He's been fantastic around the group. He's been contributing to the games.
People, remember to hit the like button on the video. Big up everybody who is watching on FSL Soccer, everybody who's watching here on Sports Blend. People, I've been streaming a while, so that's also one of the things that's been demotivating me to stream as well. It's like, people, we're here to give you the content and we have to, but people, if you're at work or you're on your smart TV, just take a second out of your time, hit the like button. We're going to have a good show and we're going to go into the squad and go into all your concerns. So just hit the like button and let's get the thing moving in the right direction. All right. Thank you.
He's played for his club.
Yeah, I think his wife was asking him for something.
Yeah, sorry, I think that was the wife just interrupting for a cup of coffee sometimes. So yeah, Norman's been very unlucky to be left out of this squad. I spoke to him. He obviously was gutted about it, but I explained the situation. He's done well. He's still part of us. I can only pick a squad of 23. I wish I could have picked more. That's what talents we've got out there. Norman, he's always will be in our minds, so we'll keep following him. Bobby Reed. Unfortunately, Bobby, his wife is expecting their child during the international break, and he wants to be obviously there at the birth, which is only natural. We understand that family is very important, so he can't make it. John Bell, with Amari Bell coming back into the squad. John again contributed to the squad last time, so he's a bit unlucky. Same with Kevin Lambert. who was a late addition the last camp, didn't feature but contributed to the camp in terms of his experience. He knew the boys, his attitude was great in training. That's most important. So he's unlucky as well. And Mikel Antonio, who got a yellow card, suspended for the first leg, will join us later on in the week and be available for the second leg. So that's kind of the outs. The people who have come in and replaced them, I've got Isaac Hayden, who I think the JFF have been chasing for quite some time. I've had 2 or 3 calls with him since I took the job. He's desperate to play. He's at that stage in his career where he needs to kick on, and this is one of the ways that he can. He's at Newcastle at the present moment. He needs to find a club, but he's training, working hard, keeping fit, playing games. And it's great that we got the passport through for him. He visited Jamaica personally himself to be available, so he made that commitment. And I think it's best he comes in now rather than waiting for March just to get used to the group and us to get used to him. So he will be a welcome addition to our squad in terms of a genuine number 6 who's played at the highest level in that position. He's an ideal candidate for us. So I'm pleased that we've got him. The other additions is Leon Bailey. Several conversations since I took the job. We've really formed a good bond between us. And he was so unlucky the first 2 camps through injuries. He's really suffered from little niggles, which has been hampering him. But now he's had 2 or 3 weeks after missing the last camp where he's got his fitness back. He's playing regular now, playing 90 minutes regular, which he did in Champions League during the week. And I spoke to him and said, "Yep, finally we're going to see Leon Bailey." And he's absolutely delighted. He can't wait to come over and be part of the squad. He's very keen to do that, very enthusiastic about Jamaica, and he always has been on the phone. So it's great that we finally get him in and we can look at him and he can look at us and contribute to the next camp and the next games. Amari Bell comes straight back in. We missed him for 4 to 6 weeks with hamstring. He played his first game, 90 minutes last week. Hopefully plays again today and comes through that okay. So he's included. Also, Shamar Nicholson. Kept in touch with Shamar since the last camp, which we fully understood he wanted to stay at his club, regain his fitness. Hired a personal trainer, has been working hard with him, has been getting more minutes within his club, scoring goals as well and assisting. And speaking to him this week, he's focused, he feels fitter, and he feels that he's ready to actually contribute to our squad and to our team. So we're delighted to have him, especially in the absence of Mikel in the first game. And the last one to come in, Dijon Bernard, who missed the last squad through a groin injury. He's been back playing for about 2 or 3 weeks. No problems. I like.
Big up yourself, Travis Peso. Yeah, Owen. Jairus. No, I think what's happening with Romario Williams is that, bro, Romario Williams will be there probably for the first game. Because remember, Mikel Antonio is out for the first game. So you need an out-and-out replacement for him. So I think when Shamar Nicholson comes back, so when Romario Williams will probably not be so important in the next, but he's the next he's the next best striker that we have right now. So you have to understand why Romario, and for me, Romario Williams maintain his spot. People, hit the like button on the video. We're gonna have a really amazing show. We're going to the press conference. The coach is just naming out the squad. So the players who are out are Norman Campbell, he's out. Kevin Lambert, he's back out as he was just a replacement. Joshan Anglin, he's also out. There's no Ravel Morrison as well, but the coach touched on everything that he needed to talk about. I love how the coach was proactive. The coach has been hearing things. I think the coach was very prepared for this press conference.
Sean, I thought he came on second half in Honduras. Great performance. Helped us to get the win. So it's good to have him back in the squad. There are players which you'll question. I've heard a lot of publicity about, and always around Mason Greenwood. I'm constant touch with Mason. The message is always the same. When the time is right, you've got to think that he's had a good time, 2 years in his contract. And he's been on loan, he's been here, he's been there, his publicity. And I think he just wants to settle in at Marseille and enjoy his football, which he's doing. And he wants to join the Reggae Boyz. I know that every time I speak to him. I've no reason to doubt that. And the process goes on. I didn't expect it to be, once he missed the first camp, any of these camps. But I'm hoping by March time we'll have made progress on everything.
Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button.
And process is about World Cup qualification. And that's still, I know, in the horizon, but it's still something that we're thinking about now and planning for in the long term. So Mason, we keep an eye on and keep you posted on that. The other who has attracted publicity is Ravel Morrison. And I know he's finally back playing. He's had 4 games, his first 4 games for 18 months. So he's had no rhythm, no momentum, not training. But now he's training. He's playing in Dubai. He's had 4 games.
And people, it falls right in line of what I said to you guys on the stream, that Ravel Morrison, I didn't feel comfortable. Big up yourself, determined. I didn't feel comfortable calling for Ravel Morrison just yet. And here the coach speaking about it. The coach said Ravel Morrison is next year. We hope to have Ravel Morrison back next year. And that's where I saw it. I just feel like it was a bit of a rush job. I said I wanted Tyreek Magee to get another window, not just have Tyreek Magee come in and we just dash him away after another window. And maybe we find a way to keep Tyreek Magee and Ravel Morrison in the squad and maybe let go of a K-Roy Anderson next window going forward. I think those 2 players can be there, because if one of them goes down, we have another touch player. So let's find out what the coach is saying more about Ravel Morrison here.
Scoring, assisting, and Ravel is someone I know well, worked with him. My type of player, I love that type of player. And I think it's one that I never thought the first 3 camps that he would be involved, but we'll certainly, after this camp, be picking him up over the next couple of months and seeing how he's playing in Dubai, keeping an eye on him. So the door is never closed on anybody, and definitely not Ravel. The game itself, I'm excited about this game. I think the last camp, the last 2 games, the mission was get the job done, qualifying. We finished top.
Is Richard King in the squad? I'm not sure if I saw Richard King name on the paper. I forgot.
An opportunity to test yourself, the team, against top quality opponents. There's no more top quality than the USA. And with a new coach, Pochettino, who I know well, have come across, coached against. Very, very good coach. That Tottenham team he had in the Premier League was excellent. His experience since has been top, world-class football, world-class coach. And USA have really got a very, very good coach for the next World Cup, because they're already qualified. So this is, it's like myself, and he will be the same. It's looking at players, looking at squads, looking at systems, looking at the way of playing, and building towards the World Cup. His advantage is he's already qualified. Ours is we need to qualify. So this is an important game for us. It's an opportunity to gain Gold Cup qualification. in terms of rankings and getting into the semi-finals, which will automatically get us there. It's an opportunity for the team to put a marker down and say, okay, now we're contenders for this, and we can play at this and compete at this level. So
yeah, man, that's one of my concerns, Travis Peso and the other person. I don't know why we need 9 center backs, bro. I don't know why we need 9 center backs in the team. I hope when Ravel Morrison gets picked up, we're not dropping one of the midfielders then and keeping 9 center backs. I really don't know which team is carrying 9 center backs. What are we planning to do? Like a war we are going Ukraine? Like we are carrying so much money around our back? Be a center back. We don't need so many center backs, bro, to be honest.
It's going to say to the players, it's a case of putting a marker down to CONCACAF, to all the teams in CONCACAF, the Caribbean, that Jamaica is still there, and still thinking long term and trying things out and learning about the squad, learning about the players. Are still our aim is World Cup qualification. So it gives us an opportunity to test ourselves against probably a different type of opponent than what we've played against previously. So overall, in summing up, excitement, anticipation, and we can't wait, hopefully, for every one of the players to come through the door fit and well and able to contribute to the next 2 games. Our overall focus after this camp, and I still have my eyes on the future, is obviously the last 3 camps. And since I got the job, the focus was on the games, the Nation League, was making sure we qualified for this round for the quarterfinals, and picking the players who we knew who had contributed the last 2 years. We've done that. But I think after this camp, what I need to do is a lot of recruitment, a lot of scouting. One of that will be on the island. I still need to get around the teams.
Yeah, man, Dixie's in the squad. Log tool.
And we're going to watch the game.
Smash the like button, people.
Cavaliers. So that will be interesting. And I know there's talent on the island, and it's a great opportunity the next 2 or 3 months to come onto the island and pick up some games and look at the talent that is available. And also, like the JFF have done the last 2 years, is maybe in February to have an island camp, as I call it, where all the top quality players, we pick a squad, and we can have 1 or 2 games. We can have a camp, we can have a training. I can have a good close look at the local players and also play against good.
So you hear that, people? So all the people who are concerned about the coach basically not doing anything with the local players. He says in February they will have a local camp where they will potentially get some friendly games. They will get some friendly games where he can take a closer look at all the young players in Jamaica. So players in Jamaica who are complaining that they're not getting a call up, you better keep playing well. And hopefully February, you're still playing well in February when the coach start looking at players. And then he will put a squad together of the local elite squad or elite players on the island, and then take a look at them then. So the coach is planning on doing that in February for the local players who are complaining that they're not getting a call up. I see my players saying that he's Jamaica native. Look on him, bro. We don't know. You're not doing well. Like players who are even not doing well, so them not get called up. So I don't know how much space in the team. See, Norman Campbell have to get dropped there. See, Norman Campbell had to get dropped. So I don't know how many players in Jamaica is doing much better than Norman Campbell. And Norman Campbell had to get dropped. So players in Jamaica needs to know they're going to have to work twice as hard to get into the team as the coach continues. So in February, there will be a local camp and players will get a look in there.
Position. So JFF have done that in the previous 2 years, and we're hoping to do that again. So really making sure that, one of the main things I said, that we do not miss a talent And that's on this island first. That's the priority. We do not miss a talent that is capable of playing for the senior national team. So we need to continue our search for that. But also, on the other hand, we have to scour Europe for little gems like Norman Campbell we had, and people also in the US that I didn't know that had been in the squad in the past, like Tyreek. We need to spread our net wider, but not in the fact that we just want to bring players in just for the sake. The players that we need to come in are the players who will make a difference and help us qualify for the World Cup. So I know it's quite a long introduction, ladies and gentlemen, but I just wanted to cover them aspects to make sure that I did that.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. As everybody can see on your screen here, before we open the floor for questions, the squad is on your screen, so you can make a note about it as well. Andre Blake, Jamali Wade, Shaquan Davis, Dexter Lambakisa, Tavon Gray, Damian Lowe, Mason Holgate, Ethan Pinnock, Richard King, Dishon Bernard, Amari Bell, and Greg Lee, Joel Latipoder, Isaac Hayden, Karoy Anderson, Casey Palmer, Tyreek McGee, and Leon Bailey, Kaheem Dixon, Shamar Nicholson, Romario Williams, Demarai Gray, Ronaldo Cephas, and Mikel Antonio. All right, folks, so now what we can do is open the floor for questions. Please indicate by raising your hand. Please stay muted until you are identified. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, so first, let us commence with Jason Hall. You may commence, unmute, and pose your question, Jason. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Simon. Jason Hall of Jason Guna TV here. Thanks for that introduction, Coach. Very thorough. Like the comments you made, and I just want to ask a few questions. All right, so first one, heard you mention a few players just now. I would like to also mention a certain player. I had my eyes on him, watching him, tracking him play.
Before we get into the questioning by Jason Hall, this is where we are talk. Big up yourself, JB Gaming and El Genero, Bob Fam. Big up yourself, Team Aggressive, Energy 876, J Anywhere. Big up yourself, Brown Beer, Log Tool, J Ross, Owen, Tycoon 9 Building Mindset, Energy 876, Fabian Full, let me see, me just don't want to miss anybody. Marcus Garvey, Owen, Chelsea Boss, big up yourself. O'Shane Ricketts, big up yourself, my boss. Reno FC, Premier 7, Jamaica Family Vibes. Everybody in the Shaquille Turner, big up yourself. The great, anybody we don't miss, we catch it down the line. People, hit the like button. The coach is going through the squad. And you heard about the players who are left out. Simon Preston just read over the squad again. So we could keep going. Big up yourself, Dean Fraser, in the building. Big up yourself, my boss.
Jonathan Russell, how far was he from getting into this team, and what are your overall thoughts on him? I know you got to see him in one camp so far. Can you just speak a little bit about that player?
Yeah, it's funny.
People, and I want you guys to grade the questions. Let's do something fun here. Do you think Jason Guna question was a good question? Let's grade the questions, because remember now, they're saying that YouTubers are not asked in. Go on for the beard. Bro, like I've been like on some, bro, I just work and just lucky in. That's why I see me there YouTube. Never shave, but not get for shave now, not bro. Just been hustling, bro. Working. We're gonna grade the questions, right? Cause them or Tracy said the YouTubers are not asking good questions. Jason Guna question is Jonathan Russell. You think Jonathan Russell deserves to be there? What do you guys think? On a scale of 10, how was Jason Guna's question? He says Jonathan Russell. You think Jonathan Russell should be there?
Should say that, and I'm going to speak to John, because he was involved in the first camp. I spoke to him before the last camp, and I said I'd keep an eye on him, and he wasn't playing at the time. I have a
11 out of 10
in the UK who's a Barnsley supporter, and he phoned me up, and I met him, and enthusiastically talking about John Russell. Say since he's come back into the team, he's been a revelation for Barnsley.
Okay.
So he's certainly one that we've got in our radar, and certainly one that we're thinking about.
Okay, so wait, J. Ross, I actually didn't know that. I haven't. So I guess you and Jason Guna has been watching the player. People, J. Russ is saying that John Russ is our most informed midfielder. So I don't know. He's saying John Russell. So maybe John Russell could have been there for one of the defenders. Because Latibodier is a defender. I see Latibodier on the list as a midfielder. People, Latibodier is a defender or a midfielder. That's something Coach McLaren. Next time, I'm so happy we had a press conference today on Zoom because I got to ask a question, And say me, I got to ask some kind of question to the coach. So I think Latibodier needs to be counted as a defender going forward. I think that's one of the reasons why we have picked some more defender. Latibodier is not a midfielder, bro.
He's someone who we can consider in the future. So that's another I need to pick up after this camp and really look at closely.
One more.
All right.
One more.
Thanks. Yeah, just one more question, Simon.
It's a big yourself.
Give my subscriber base a chance. So I had a great question and I wanted to share it with you this morning. It's for the coach. So social media discussions indicate concerns over your remark that young English-born players should prioritize England. How do you respond to critics who feel this approach may limit your commitment to recruiting high-potential Jamaican talent?
Oh, that will not stop us committing to.
Okay, for me, Jay Seguna gets a 10 for the second question. First question, he gets a 7. He gets a 7 for me out of 10 for the first question. This question here, he gets a 10. This question was well. I could tell Jay Seguna sat down and structured this question, and it was well articulated and well put together. I'm get a 10 out of 10 for this question. Jay Seguna here.
Pestering these players that can make a difference, obviously, that can play now, but also for the future. And of course, how do I know? It's fact. I speak to a lot of players, younger players, who have been involved in England youth internationals, and of course, being involved and being so close. And with England going to World Cups, Euros regular. That of course, I understand.
People, how we do the show at people at 240 odd people are watching showing up people, and we don't have 100 likes on the video them yet. We need to have 100 likes on the video, people. I must joking this people. Come on. We have over 30 minutes, people. We can just get it up to 100 no man and make the thing go on autopilot from there. So we not have to talk about like button every minute. So just get it to 100 no man. Just like how me have to sit down and make thumbnail and everything and set up the stream. When you just press the like button, I know so when you get phone preparation out of the way. Phone to provide provision. Big up yourself, Tom Stranger, Energy 876, Mas Salman. Let the video play and stop talking over it. Let me give you a timeout since I run the show over here. So with a brother your name, I don't even know him. At first me I see him, so me just give him a timeout. Like him come over here, so me don't know where him come. Me I come here, come tell us say we for watch by your TV, brother. Some of them people are bright, dog. Them just come from nowhere, like them just come on YouTube, like them come over here, come tell me what you do. I'm telling brother, I run a show. You ever see me here and knock on your door and see what football and tell you a cartoon more watch? Brother, turn your there, man.
The logic behind the decision to at least wait and not commit. And all we can do is keep doing what we're doing, provide support, continuous opportunities to watch these players and communicate with them and form a connection. Nothing beats a connection. So anyone that we feel will make a difference that may be thinking of England, and I know there's a lot in the UK, but also, just around Europe as well. There's Jamaican players who have left the island. Norman Campbell is a perfect example of that. Tyreek also, leave the island, go and play in the US, go and play in Serbia, go and play in Norway, go and play in Belgium. It's not just the UK that we're searching. We're just searching for good players and then just trying to promote what Jamaica can offer, which is we want to get better. And if we can qualify for the World Cup, then all of a sudden it becomes an interest to top players.
Thank you very much, Jason. John Arnold, you may proceed. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Steve. Thanks for taking some time. John Arnold from the Getting
Hi, John.
CONCACAF newsletter. You mentioned knowing Pochettino and that you guys have somewhat similar challenges. Obviously, you had the extra hurdle of having to qualify, but you mentioned sort of trying to figure out the system, figure out the players, and kind of learn as you go with limited margin for error. You both want to get out of this quarterfinal. When you look at what Pochettino did in his first 2 games, what did you see that maybe reminded you of what you already know him as on his time at Spurs?
Exactly, Mullins.
What did you see that maybe you felt was a little
Oh,
different?
we come now and we just play the press conference and we not have no show and we not interact with the fans. Like, yeah, man, Flavor Max, no Ravel Morrison. So we're gonna get back into that. And people are gonna have the call-in segment we wanna can have on say, out of my life, football, we are gonna play. Somebody say we're gonna play a back 3. Yeah, but we have to move away from picking 9 defenders. That's something where I feel like now I come back on YouTube and see somebody write it. I'm like, damn, that's a question where all of us miss, bro. We need to ask this coach about the 9 defender things. Like, me not see why we have. That's almost half of the team. That's almost 40% of the team is defenders. That's unreal.
Watching as you guys go into these 2 matches.
10 defenders? Whoa.
You know, he had certain principles when he was at Tottenham, PSG, and he was in the Premier League as well. And them principles were very distinct. You know, they follow him around and you add on to the principles. Always possession based, always in terms of build up, always in terms of being organized, being structured, and very, very strong transition team in terms of counter press. Excellent counter press. Got the players to do that as well. And on transition, also got very good players. Great talent base, you know, not just in the US, but also players playing in Milan, players playing in Juventus, and playing in big tournaments. So he's got big game players. And I suppose a big expectation from the US of they qualified, of doing well in the World Cup. They did well in the last opportunity when I remember the game against England went 60 minutes. They should win the game. So they've got the talent, and it's really and we're the same. We've got talent. It's putting in them a structure, giving them discipline, giving them principles. And what I saw in the first 2 games were distinct principles, which are Pochettino's. And as I say, whatever system he plays, it doesn't really matter. You know, they have certain ways of building up. They have certain ways of scoring. They have certain ways of counter press and rest defense and transitions. That they are a very good team. And I think what they've gone and done really well is the stature of Pochettino within world football. He's top, and hopefully after this camp, it'll prove to be successful.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Much appreciated. Bertram, you can unmute and go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. Can you hear me?
Bertram, yes.
So I am Cranky from Cranky Live TV, and I have 2 questions. The first is of 2.
People, for me hear Cranky voice in the press conference, me know say Cranky. For me hear Cranky voice, me know say Cranky, then I know laughing with the coach. Because I tell you, say Cranky couldn't wait to ask the coach them question. We can see say him was like, yo, me need to find out from the coach them question. I can hear in his voice that he was ready to ask the coach them question. Him never depend on ramping with the coach.
Our question. Coach, in your previous 2 press conferences, you didn't seem as familiar with the players as one may expect. Some players were better for selection. Are you now at the point where you're fully familiar with such players? And secondly, as a second part of that question, Jamaica needs another help.
It's 2 questions. So if you want to, you have to save that for the next part. So it's 2 questions. So if you want to save that and let coach respond, because that would be a second question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the toughest things in international football is, and it's something I thrive on.
Yeah, man. Different J, Cranky forward in a way, man.
Connection with each of the players. And it's very difficult when you're just having camps, and camps are very hectic. It's very difficult when everybody is so spread out. Though in the UK, it's a bit easier. And so the connection, the relationship with some players can be instant, can be, got a connection. Know him and know his background, and you build that rapport. Some, it takes a bit of time. And that's what I'm working through. And I'm sure Pochettino's exactly the same. And it's frustrating when you have them for 10 days. It's so intense. You are so together. You get that connection. You get that little feeling between the player and the coach. And you can see that in training. And that's what I like, that connection, that relationship with the player, that I can be trustworthy and honest with him. And I think from day one, we've developed that. I've got to say, we got that connection where they know, I have certain rules and certain ways of doing things, certain principles that we need that cross the line. There are consequences to that. But we have a relationship where there's a connection and there's a trust. So it's not just black and white. It's all about the relationship. And that takes time. And normally in a football club, you are there every day from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock, 24/7. So many games, fast and furious. You get to know people such a lot quicker. International football, it's harder, but I'm certainly making strides, and certainly with our staff. That's one of the key things: spirit, culture, getting the team together, getting the meeting together, getting them talking together, getting them open up, giving, we're going to talk a lot this week also, and their input into, let's review each camp. What do you think? What do you think? I'm very interested in their opinion, because they've got to deliver. So the relationship, it takes time, and obviously international football, it takes longer.
Yeah, Cronky, your second question, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, given that you're not based in Jamaica and assisting with the development of the football program or assessing locally based talent, which I think is an imperative for the country, what does your day-to-day involvement look like when you're not working during the international window?
I'm fortunate I can go on Y Scout. So a lot of my work is office-based, computer-based. And with Y Scout, all the players for Jamaica that were not just in the squad, but on the fringes of the squad, and players that we need to identify, I'm able to watch their games after they've played. So it saves a lot on time. I can see a lot of players. I can see the current form that they're in, how many minutes they're playing. And I think that is and I always thought the first three camps, the intensity during camp, but also the intensity of the two or 3 weeks in between are so intense as well, because you're reviewing the camp, you're reviewing what went well, what went badly, and it's not just the players, but it's also staff. So it's making sure that everybody's on the same page, making sure that we give them the correct feedback. If it's possible, then we go and meet the players as well. So, the last trip.
I say you two of them take over a press conference, Eddie.
Isaac Hayden, in person. But I thought, you'll have a bit of time in between the camps. No time whatsoever.
There's a cranky question. There's a cranky question. Them weak flavor max. Yeah, I think cranky questions them sound very emotional. They sound very emotional. I think it's something that's, he's kind of he's a bit emotional about it. But I think they're valid questions. Maybe I don't know. I don't see if there's any clarity there, because the coach did say early on that he's gonna be assessing local players in February. The part of the question that I really liked, though, what he asked was, what is the coach doing when he's not in Jamaica? But I think what people need to look at is look at the coach pay salary comparing to other top coaches. it's just not enough for him to be in Jamaica doing football development. So I don't expect that from the coach. So I think that part of the question from Cranky was really good, though. Flavor Max said, JT, you're on spot on emotional. Yeah, it was his questions were a bit emotionally charged. I think I can see that he really wanted answers for that. Yes, same thing. Me say it personal questions. You can see it, say it based on how he sound. Yeah, man, he didn't sound like the usual Cranky that we know, composed and maybe want to get his question off in a certain way. Reese Nelson is playing really good at Fulham right now. Eddie Guna says YouTubers take over the press conference. Yes, let me see. Somebody else did say something. Let's hope Leon remains fit after today's match. Yeah, because we see him hold him neck in one of them games here one night. So I could see if Leon Bailey make it off the field tonight. Guys, you always have to keep your fingers crossed, to be honest. Flavor Max, we're not taking shots at Bailey, but we always have to keep our fingers crossed when Bailey is playing, because you never know if he's gonna be injured. Because Flavor Max, them say Bailey new name is Dr. Glass, Remember them say Bailey name is Dr. Glass. So we have to hope that he makes it through today.
About the last camp, about the form of the players, are they injured, are they fit? Can I watch them? Can I see them? Can I talk to them?
Yeah, man. I seen at the last match, Jerome 876, Leon Bailey holding neck. Me, I said, Jesus Christ. I will Bailey and the coach plan up, say, man. When I see Bailey holding neck, me start fret. Me, I said, I wear him and Emery cook up, man. I know if you them thing, man.
So the week leading up to this camp is for me the worst week, because I'm always worried that players are injured and falling out and might not be able to come. And can they come on time? Can we get them into? So logistics are also quite hectic. So believe you me, there's enough to do to keep me occupied, and there'll be enough to do, from the end of this camp to March, where we want to fill that. And you're absolutely right about this island. And I'm absolutely correct about that. Was the FIFA slogan that we went to every country and said that in every country, you must not miss a talent. How can we help you not miss a talent? And that's the message once this camp is over, that on the island, in the corner of the island, we mustn't miss a talent or a player that can contribute to the senior national team.
Appreciate that, Cronky. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Robert Williams, IRFM.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Coach, I see a lot of work has been put into putting this squad together. I see Leon Bailey back. I see Isaac Hayden, Amari Bell. But what will be your biggest challenge heading into this contest against the USA?
The biggest challenge will be the USA. It's always the biggest challenge. They're a good team, well coached, well structured, well organized, good principles, good talents, good players, used to winning, used to players who are used to winning, and not so much pressure. But I suppose there's always pressure in top football. But that's the challenge. It's always the opponent, and the challenge is making sure, I think, on Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, all the players travel and come in to make sure that on Tuesday everyone comes through that door and they're fitting well. And I'm not scrambling like I was the last camp, where we had to bring 2-3 players into the squad because of injury or people dropping out or last minute things or injured on the weekend. So I'm just hoping for that. And then a couple of sessions in preparation for the game is not going to be much. But I'm just looking forward to the games and looking forward to the performance of the team, which has to be at the top of my criteria, because performance equals results if we get the right performance. So getting the right performance is my main objective once they come through the door fit.
All right, thanks very much, Robert. Alex, go ahead.
Alex asks a pretty good question.
Yes, I'm there. Good afternoon, good morning, Coach McLaren.
Hi, Alex.
My question is, how are we gonna deal with USA midfield? That knowing that we don't possess a lot of play a lot of ball position, and USA is a ball position midfield with like a McKennie, Reina, and all of those players. How are we gonna do that to able to possess the ball properly and able to push them back and create chance and opportunity and score goals?
That's a great question. Come and join our coaching team this morning and see if you can answer it.
Right, yo, and this coach, the coach is a very sarcastic guy, because him give Alex credit in for the question, but he also give him like a side punch on the belly and say, yo, make it a coach side and answer a question for you, like in a way. But Alex's question was brilliant. That was a really, really good question. Really, really good question here by Alex, though. He gets a 10 out of 10 from me for that question.
That's one of the challenges of the game, of every game. Midfield dominance, and so that's always the first thing we look at. We try to outnumber in certain areas, but one area is making sure we outnumber is in that midfield, and they have quite a clever system in there where it's quite smart, and they've got good players that can execute it. That's one of the challenges that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks, and intensely before this press conference, intensely after, intensely on Sunday, and when we get the players on Monday, we'll involve them as well, because that midfield challenge is key to winning the game.
And like stuff you said, that midfield challenges. I think one player that missing out the squad that would be key link is Ravel Morrison with the intricate.
Here I know where Alex now run out of something for say, and him just say, Alex get a 0 for this part, because him is not really asking the coach a question. I don't know if he might tell the coach how to coach or where I must say right here. So, but him run out of juice right here. So, upon a second question, I don't. How am I give me EPL scoreline, man? Him run out of juice right there, so though.
Passes and know to play in the midfield properly. He's one of the big pieces of missing out to the midfield. What would you say would be a game plan or the execute the plan towards USA midfield?
Ask the same question again, bro.
I think, Alex, the key thing I'm looking for, and we've talked about it a lot from day one, is about bravery, is about taking the ball, is about wanting the ball, is about dealing with the ball. And that's what, if we don't do that against the US, and that's at the back, that's up front, that's out wide, that's in midfield. If we don't take care of the ball,
it's a -2.
Because they are very good counter press. They're very structured in their pressing. And we need to be very ball secure, what we call ball secure, in our games against them. Otherwise, they can kill you. So we'll be really focusing on that. And I agree with you. Ravel Morrison, and I say all his career, we have been saying this about him, all his career, from when he was a young boy, he has more ability than anybody. I know, because I've worked with him and I've seen him training, I've seen him playing. And when he's top, he's top. And hopefully, now he's playing games, he can get back to the level of Ravel Morrison can achieve. And if he does that, he'll be a real asset. But he's a little bit, that's why I liked Tyreek McGee.
Coach, talk about Tyreek.
There's a player who can take the ball, want the ball, and deal with the ball. And they're the type of players that I like. And you are absolutely right. You need them players in top football. You can't have good structure and defend.
So you hear people, all the people that may have fight against Tyreek McGee. The coach say out time out, the coach say Tyreek McGee and Ravel Morris are theme kind of players them there. Because you can't just defend and have nobody to keep up the ball. So same thing when I tell people, say you can't have a team will be like a construction work you go do, bro. You have to have ball players out on the field. When you look at Liverpool, Arsenal, all those teams, they have people who can stay on the ball and do things. That's the only way you're gonna get ball possession.
Well, and then immediately give the ball back to the opponent. You have to be able to keep the ball, and we have to do that against the USA in 2 games.
Alex, appreciate it. Mr. Taylor, you can go ahead.
I might question these people. All right. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, Simon?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Yes. I have 2 questions, a football question and a personal question. Yeah, Coach. Good afternoon, Coach McLaren. I just want to know if you took a look at the game that Jamaica played against the United States, where that game went into overtime. In that game, we had some players missing, like Demarai Gray, and Ronaldo Cephas was the problem child in that game for the United States with his speed over the top. We saw that Demarai Gray is tracking the play at his club. He's struggling a bit as far as injuries concerned. His consistency hasn't been fluid enough in recent camps. Would you consider, is it a consideration that maybe a Ronaldo Cephas could maybe start down that left-hand side to maybe cause the United States similar problems in this upcoming game?
I think one of the things I'm going to stress to the players when they come in.
I don't have to judge my question, people. I don't have to judge it. I can't judge my question.
Because you're right. Some have been struggling with injuries. Some haven't been playing. Some are not at the level. And when I look through the squad, I'm thinking not a lot of players are playing 90 minutes week in, week out, day in, day out. So we've got to assess that. And we know that probably we
It's a 5 out of 10.
All right. That, probably 5 or 6 players can't last 90 minutes, especially the intensity that you have to play against the USA. So whether Cephas starts or finishes, it doesn't matter. He is so important to the team, to the squad. And I have watched that game, and it's funny, but we've sat as a staff just before this press conference and we've been watching that game.
All right, you hear that, people?
It's always
the coach said before the press conference, that game that I asked him about was the game he was watching. Because you see that game there, bro, I feel like that game they give us a piece of the formula of how to play the United States. I feel like that game gave us a piece of the formula. The first game, because in that game, the United States had to make some serious changes when Ronaldo Cephas give them a lot of problems. One thing I recognize over the years, USA don't do very well with players who are I appreciate, I think 5 or 6. Yeah, 5 or 6 is fair enough for that question. Fair enough. I say 5 or 6. But I think it was necessary. I just wanted to make sure the coach and them is a big up yourself, Joshai, is aware of that game, because I feel like that game there was a good game for Jamaica up till Corey Burke come in for him green card. But Donald Trump might take it back, so who knows?
Defining moments in games, and as you will know and probably remember the game, the defining moment was Cephas going through unbelievable speed and pace. And the keeper making a good save, which would have made it 2-0 and probably a certainty into the final. So we know Cephas' strengths, we know Damari's strengths, we know Leon's strengths, we know Kahim's strengths. I think the last game against Honduras, Cephas came on, with his speed and pace, frightens opponents. Same with Kahim, the reception that he got, it really gave the team energy.
Big up yourself, Messenger Jafar Blackman.
I call them starters and finishers, and it's not about who starts, and it's not about who finishes. It's about the squad and how, I do say, to be fair and quietly, that the finishers are the most important, because they've got to impact to either win the game or to make sure that we get something from a game. So everybody's important, and everybody will play a part, believe you me.
All right. My final question, Coach. Isaac Hayden, I'm sure a lot of fans would be excited, as that position has been quite problematic for Jamaica. But there are also concerns amongst fans that the player I think he's in the reserve team at Newcastle, hasn't been really playing football. And some fans are questioning the player's commitment as far as to play for Jamaica. As you'll be aware that there was an interview out there where he stated his dream is to play for England, even when his legs are not working. So for a lot of Jamaicans, that they would see that as, is he just here to rejuvenate his career and not necessarily here for the cause of getting Jamaica to the next level? Have you what's the temperature like with the player as far as his commitment? Is this just a thing where to help him get a club back, or he's really on board now to play for Jamaica? Thank you.
Yeah,
that was the final question.
Desperate to play for Jamaica. Desperate he was to get his passport from our first conversation.
Yeah, man. So Tafari, I had to ask the coach if they spoke to Isaac Head, like, is Jamaica team is gonna be a thing where, because I need to let the coach know that we're gonna keep an eye on that. We can't have him just dig up dead bodies and have them in the team without understanding it can, because other players like Damian Lowe and them, man, they can see the video and feel away like them man and even want to play for Jamaica. You know, that can demotivate some youths as well who's working hard to be in the team. Even Norman Campbell, who's playing well, who just got left out. Him cannot think by himself like, them bring all a man from a reserve team when I ever play no ball. So I needed to know from the coach, what was Isaac Hayden's commitment level now? Is he ready? We understand that's water under the bridge. Big up yourself, Joshua, and thanks for the super chat. At least Joshua agree with me. Me just want to know him temperature now. You see me? I want to know, is he ready to play for Jamaica now? And the coach was quite honest in saying that the player is here to get a club. You see me? The coach said, oh no, listen, the coach said here.
Yeah. He's in the reserves at Newcastle. You know, he needs a club in January. This is
here
much about the March window and the summer window and the next World Cup window as it is this window, whether, you know, he contributes, he plays, or he doesn't. It's as much getting him integrated into the Jamaican way of working that we work. He's really enthusiastic about that. And you're right. Every player needs a cause. Every player needs motivation. And his motivation is to get back playing at the level in which he was playing 3 or 4 years ago when he first went to Newcastle. That's his only thing. And to be able to commit to Jamaica and hopefully in January be able to commit to another club will only make him better. And we're helping him with that. And he's got to come here and he's got to help us achieve our goals as well. If he doesn't, then he won't come again. It's as simple as that.
All right.
There are, you know, consequences to everything. So he has to perform. He has to commit. And if he does, he'll help us. If he doesn't, and there's no commitment there and there's no help, then same with every other player. You know, they won't be in the squad again. So every player knows what they have to do, and they have to perform. But you're absolutely right. We need players committed to the Jamaican cause, which is to qualify for the World Cup, which is to beat the US the next 2 games and qualify for the semi-finals of the Nations League. So everybody knows that. We have to pick players who are committed to that. And believe you me, after conversations, meeting him face to face, he wants to do that. But again, everything will be seen on the field.
Thank you very much.
Before we go into the last question in the press, I have to give the coach credit. The coach was fair. The coach said the player thinks it can help him get a club. And the coach was being honest. Brother, I can live with that. I can live with that. You remember even when they come on and tell people say Donald Trump is going to win the election. Like, I don't operate off. Like, there's things where we don't want to hear people, but it happens. The coach tell you, say, but I love what the coach said at the end. The coach said, if him not play good, him stay in yard. I can work with that, bro. I can work with that. That for me, the coach give me a sense of clarity and he gives me a sense of comfort to make me feel better. Where the coach I make you know say he's coming in to play and it's a fair trade. Isaac Hayden can come and help Jamaica. But if he's not cutting it, we don't expect him to just sit down in the team and just hang out. You see me? He's not here to just hang out with us until he gets a club. I can live with that, bro. Because Isaac Hayden makes this Jamaica team almost by default. We don't have no better than him. Isaac Hayden is like, you know, like we are looking for one. What kind of work would I say? Some work where you can't find a lot of people to do certain job. You have some jobs out there where you have to wait till the man they come in from one place. It's like it has a string up sound at Jamaica. Like, and anybody can string sound, you know, bro. You see a sound a play, you have to wait till the brother from Spanish Town can string his sound. Or the brother drive in from Senton. I am a can string his sound, man. It's like you don't have a lot of people in his position. You see me, a technician will string up the sound. Lottie they try to string up the sound, but him a blow up the speaker, them, the tweeter, them a blow up. Him a bust up the bass box, them. You know, the mid-range now fire. So, them carrying a man who can string up the sound, and we have to just live with that. You see me? We have to just live with that. This brother is like, the man is positioned perfectly to get into Jamaica team. As I said, my first question, it was a quite weak one where I asked the coach about the game against the United States. And the reason why I did that, Flavor Max, is I feel like that game there was some loopholes in that game there where we can find some way of it. Yeah, neurosurgeon, as I say, and everybody can go in your brain go fix things. You see me? I say, as I said, so he's like Isaac Hayden is one of those. The coach is being honest with us. The coach said Isaac Hayden find out say he needs a club and he needs to get back to playing at the highest level, and playing for Jamaica is going to help him get to that level. It's a trade-off. I think it's a fair trade. And why I agree that it's a fair trade now is what the coach said at the end for me. The coach said, yo, and we put him out there. If him not play good, him stay in yard. I like that. That made me feel better. You see me? That made me feel better. But it's very unlikely that Isaac Hayden not going to stay in yard, because then we're going to be right back to Joel Latibodier. I think there was one more question. Let's be fair to the last person who asked their question here, and you can finish it up.
Robert Bailey. Go ahead, sir.
This is mainstream media, Robert Bailey.
Good morning, Coach. Robert Bailey here, Jamaica Observer. Coach, the last couple of games we have played, we haven't scored at home. We haven't scored a goal at home. You know, are you concerned? What are the plans for us to bang in some goals against the USA come Thursday?
Yeah, I'm always concerned.
Mainstream media
at home
since June.
Since last June. So, you know, that is a concern, and we're looking at reasons behind that, and how can we play a little bit differently to make sure that we are more of a threat going. But saying that, you know, the first game against Cuba, and don't get me wrong, the Cubans were very, very difficult opponents to break down. We created 27 chances, of which 10 were very good chances. So I wasn't too concerned. And I do think the Honduras game was for me a very strange game in the fact that nobody really wanted to go and win the game, and nobody really wanted to lose the game.
That was true.
Because a draw satisfied both teams once we knew the result in the other game. So, yeah, that Honduras game was a strange one, and don't get me wrong, I was very disappointed after the game. Took the understanding from it, but still disappointed. And yeah, I want to see a big improvement in terms of not scoring but creating chances. And so we're looking into that and making sure that the national stadium becomes what we call the office again.
Okay, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Robert, thank you very much. Issa Allen can be able to take
Issa Allen. One more from Issa Allen.
Go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Simon. Coach McLaren, good day.
Good day.
Fans locally and in the diaspora see this fixture against United States as a very important fixture. But as professionals, players and coaches, it's always, a game at a time, and it can be sort of on to the next one, after a game. As the coach, how do you get the message across to the players, knowing that there are some players who are in the squad who probably don't know much about CONCACAF historically and about this fixture. And you being a former Manchester United coach, you know all too well about rivalry. For the fans, this is a huge fixture. How do you get the message across to the players that this is just, not another regular game, but it is a very important one to the fans and people in the diaspora?
Listen, I think we stressed that from day one.
YouTube lead.
We stressed and probably overstressed how important the game was against Cuba. How important it was to try and win that game, and then the next game. And I think for this game, this is one of these games where it needs no motivation from me. Come on, it's the USA. It's 2 games. It's a big nation. It's one who's qualified for the World Cup, playing there. The players that they're playing against, the respect that they've got for them, but they want to be, they need no motivation for this game. They know it's huge, and it's not just huge for the fans. And the most important thing, to see the fans coming back and to see the reception, the way that the fans are during the game, and the support that they're giving to the players, we need that. So, as I said before, to make this office the office again, we need the 12th man. And that comes from the supporters. And you carry on doing what you're doing, and we'll soon have the stadium full. And that's what we're looking for. A good performance and result against the US will help that. And the players know that. But we need the fans on Thursday evening. We need them right behind the team. We need them, like you say, this is an important game, big game for the players. It's also big for the supporters. Come and support us. Come and see the boys and get behind them and make sure that we can get the result.
Definitely, Coach. And one more question, if I could, Simon.
Please be brief. This is the last one.
Yeah, and Coach, we know.
Oh, Simon, Simon, I tell him, man, say, please be brief. Big man, now we are brief, brother. But Simon did tell him, man, say, please be underpants or boxers. Can't tell him, big man, say, please be brief.
Acquire the services of Mauricio Pochettino, and having a coach like him in CONCACAF, and yourself, what do you think that does for the eyes of world football on CONCACAF? What do you think it means to CONCACAF to have coaches of your profile, Pochettino,
And this is the last question in the press conference, people. Hit the like button. The Eagle Republic, big up yourself. Lee, Michelle Sawyer, big up yourself, Unseen. Everybody hit the like button. I think that wraps that up for it there, people, on the press conference. I will drop the number now. I will drop the number in the comment section so you guys can have your say or have your take on what took place in the press conference. So, people, overall, the coach was quite straightforward. Big up everybody watching over there at FSL, wherever you're watching right now and you're tuning in. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys being here. Really genuinely appreciate you guys being here. Overall, people, JT non-jump off topic, but Cephas is with X Factor at this moment. Him in a good, yeah, and he scored yesterday as well. Cephas, listen, Cephas is the ex-Stats boss. Big up yourself. Man of God, no Ravel Mercy, but the coach, I agree with the coach. I remember I said I didn't feel comfortable calling for Ravel Mercy right now. Flavor Max said the coach get 10 out of 10. I saw J-Ross, I said the coach should be fired. I don't know what kind of beef J-Ross and the coach have right now. I hope, however, they work that out. J-Ross, what the coach do? I don't know what the coach do, J-Ross, why J-Ross I said them things, yeah, man. J-Ross, man, what you say about the coach, man? Come on, J-Ross. You can't call for the coach head already. I think the coach was forthcoming in his answers. I don't see anything else. What the coach do wrong? Jairus, what the coach do wrong? Me not see what the coach, and I wanted Tyreek Magee to get another chance as well. I needed Tyreek Magee to get another window, as he deserves that. The coach touched on Mason Greenwood coming in March potentially, because Mason Greenwood needs to settle. But the last time we hear a player say they need to settle, people, me gonna do a video on Mason Greenwood. There is some information I got with Mason Greenwood in, and with us. Let's 1 second unseen. Let's hope that Mason Greenwood don't become another case of Omari Hutchinson. But I have some details on Mason Greenwood and potentially what's taking place behind the scenes. Let me just bring Unseen in on the show. Go ahead, Unseen.
Yeah, man, big up to the people in the chat, no love and respect to everybody who, taking time out to come out and, be on the sports blame platform. You understand? JT, wonderful job. You're doing a wonderful job. So continue doing the good work, my brother. Yeah, so with the
So like to take in you and the brother there. What name? Means?
Mr. Meeks.
Mr. Meeks. I like how Mr. Meeks approach things as well. I don't agree with him all the time, but I like when people stand on what they're talking about, even if I don't agree with you, So I appreciate what he does. Continue.
Yeah, man. So we just have some new things. We're going to drop some new different type of videos and so on. The statistics and the whole thing. People can see what's going on with their eyes.
Okay.
Anyway, so the press conference now, I think the coach answered everything properly, in my opinion. Him just get straight. Him just use the hammer and lick the nail right on the head and get it done. You understand me? Get it done. Him not go around a corner, him just tell us it is. Now, one of the things that I said earlier, and that some people beat me for it. JT was on a call and I said it. I said that we need. I think I did a video on it as well. We need back the camps, right? We need back the local camps, right? And the coach came out. I have no reason with the coach and nobody at all in the JFF to mention it. I just that video, put it out, and the coach like him listen to Unseen.
No, it's not only that. Unseen. What I have to give the JFF credit for in recent times is they're not letting things drag on anymore. They hear of a solution for something and they get to it. Everybody know that needed to happen at some point. You guys discussed it, and the coach said in February, and we will move on from that. It didn't become this big eruption. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and you know the importance of getting the local JPL players ready. Because anything can play.
But get them ready for what? What are you getting them ready for?
Ready as in, understand his style, his play. You understand? Because a lot of things can be a factor. And the quickest player to come in the team is a JPL player. Yeah, you know that.
Unseen. I think, listen, Unseen. All right. I'm going to be fair with you. I do think the coach should assemble the local JPL team. But one of the mistakes that we can make is like get confused again. Like, let's say Bygraves is the leading goal scorer, right?
No.
We're not going to go back this so again. Joe Grant, big up yourself. Yeah, we're not.
It has to be
a young player.
A young, talented player. It has to be a young, talented player. So I agree with you with that.
Yeah.
Not anybody, because you have some players who got the looking already, and they're scoring because they're playing against some other teams. They're not scoring against the big six. You understand?
Yeah. And see to get the JPL player them ready. One man said, Jerome 876 say here I know.
No, they are going to say that, but at the end of the day, why they don't beat the coach? I'm just repeating. I'm just saying what is the obvious, and people, because I am on me easier to beat, so nothing wrong with that. And but everything, most of the things of me say, I have to go on. So I understand.
So Unseen, you big man thing, because even right now, you think there's any JPL players just in this season where could have even like creep into the team?
I think Romeo Gotchi having a wonderful game in the midfield here. I think he is one that I'm looking. He's young. He's one that I am looking on right now, radar on. I think whenever McLaren get the camps up, he's going to be one of them that he's going to see, yes.
This kid.
Yeah, can come in.
How old? How old is he?
I think Guthries are 24, 25, somewhere about.
Okay.
Somebody can correct me in the chat.
So why now? Why now move? Why now go nowhere? Why I'm not going overseas?
All right, but I don't know. I can't answer that. There's a lot of factors when it comes on to going overseas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have a scout and a lot of things. You have to have a scout and a thing. Yeah, with the Mason Greenwood thing now, boy, I don't know, but it just look dim. It look dim. Like the ball got dim power.
Yeah, may have some information about Mason Greenwood still where it's sticky. It's sticky. It's sticky. I'm trying to be very cautious in how I let out that information at the people because it's part information and part conspiracy. But remember, say me did come out and tell people them say Omari Hutchinson catch a hat. And when him do him just fling away hat you know, right?
Why people say this? I'm not advocating. I am advocating for talents all over the world to be in the squad. But I'm saying, since the JPL is our national league, right? JT, why not have some training camp so the players them can have an understanding? They must pick anybody from it, you know. But at the end of the day, they go back to their clubs a better player.
Yeah, and it's Coach McLaren, a coach from Manchester United, who gave.
Go back to and he may help a player get a look into a club overseas or something, so it helps.
Yeah, I agree. Because this week I was listening to a podcast, and is it Nicky Butt who played for Manchester United?
Hold on. Wait name.
I think he named Nicky Butt or something.
Why?
Yeah, that's his name. Like, brother, if I wake up and I pick me and I wake up and I find out for my birth certificate, so my mother call me Butt. Me don't have a problem with her. You know, JT Butt. I said, Jesus Christ. Sorry. But unseen, he spoke about the guy said the two best coaches he's seen on grass, like coaching talent, is the guy what is the guy named the coach for Ipswich and Steve McLaren. Out of the random, this guy was just talking randomly. He was just like toward his time seeing coaches, two of the best coaches he's seen, like who's coaching players is that guy and Steve McLaren. So I think you're right, where it would only help our local players if they just got some experience from Steve McLaren, you know, as the man who's a good head coach.
Right. So when people say that I'm advocating, no, I just want to see the football overall get better. If you have somebody at his caliber, you know, taking instruction and having chance, it just helps the overall football, you know, Jamaica football. Wherever you are in the world,
the fridge closed properly. All right, thank you. Got you.
You understand? So wherever you are, it helps. So I like that. Also, the question that Alex once again, Alex asked a good question.
Yeah, it was a good question. The first question, for the second question, he just asked back the first question.
Alex asked a good question. Big up, Alex. Good question. I think the coach answered straight up to as well. You let you know that it's a hard one to, you know, the training sessions and so on is short. So the players have to just, you know, go there and say, all right, they're going to keep the ball and, you know, take care of that ball. You understand me? If they lose it in certain areas, we're going to pay for it.
What do you think about the coach spoke about Tyreek McGee again? He says Tyreek McGee is something like Ravel Morrison. Those are his kind of players, Tyreek McGee.
But I keep on telling people, you know, I told you, I think in the last show that I don't see Tyreek McGee as the one coming out of the squad anytime soon. Tyreek McGee is McLaren's type of player.
A lot of people. But me also say, unseen, I needed Tyreek McGee to get another window. But if the coach didn't pick him, I would have also have to just accept, because the coach would have been the one who would have seen him in the training session and maybe thought, okay, this player need to do this a bit more and he's not going to be able to do it. No, but the coach is saying basically I needed Tyreek McGee to get a little bit more time because it's not fair He came in, he had a good first game. The second game, I think every single Jamaican player struggled in that game.
Yeah, I think the partnership in the midfield, or I think Tariq Magee and Casey Palmer.
It doesn't work.
And I don't. Bobby Reid was that missing factor in that game, you know, and the partnership that those players had, you know, is a big thing. So I think that's what McLaren looking at. I think now in the training session, I think Maggie should try to get that nick with Cephas and Leon Bailey, and also we can get from it. But the Casey Palmer and the Tariq Magee, they have a lot of work together to get it right.
I just feel like Casey Palmer is trying to play a kind of game where he's not that player.
But even when Casey Palmer is in the number 10, like when he slide in as a number 10, he doesn't manipulate space that much. You know, he's lackadaisical. You know,
he's playing something that is not really. It's not. I don't know. Like Mr. Casey Palmer literally on the sideline, I take the ball from right back. Like that's crazy unseen.
Yeah, you know, all right. So me and Mr. Meeks that video, we were looking at some of the bad things that he did in the game. And one of them, he had a lot of space. He did not scan to see the space in the half space, right? Got the ball, you know, slow to the ball, control, under control, the opponent take the ball from him. Under control, you know?
Yeah.
And people keep on telling me that he's a number 10. You know, he's playing out of position. That's why he looks like this. Let's see him in number 10 position. But whenever he's playing on the field, remember football don't set in stone, you know, so you mean that you're just playing number 8. You're going to go in position where you automatically get in your comfort zone. So why not do the right thing then? You understand me? So I can't really work with that, you know, excuse that they keep coming when he doesn't play well.
Unseen, you know how me look on it unseen? People need to understand this, bro. For me, after Leon Bailey, Ethan Pinnock, and Ravel Morrison and Andre Blake, the levels drop off after that. Straight up in our team. It's just, you see me? And it's not like those players are not good enough. It's just like, I feel like those are our 4 top tier quality players. Leon Bailey, Andre Blake, Ravel Morrison, Ethan Pinnock. I think after that, the levels. Bobby goes in that late. Bobby gets up there as well. Bobby Reid. Mikel Antonio as well. I have to put Mikel Antonio as well. But for Jamaica, Mikel Antonio kind of doesn't really give us much. We have more defense than Russia and Israel combined, says Joe Grind. Yeah, bro, unseen. Why are we bringing 10 defenders?
Oh, God. I think all right. So one of the things that I know coaches do is to look back at games before. And we lost the game up versus US in the last time we played them in the semi-final. We lost, but we got some good lookings towards goal. And I think the coach then, you know, look at and say, hey, maybe we can go like this in the game. We're going to need this amount of reinforcement defensively, stuff like that. So maybe that is the reason.
I think we go back 3 again this time, you know, bro. I think we need to, bro. What do you think? Did I go back 3 against the US in this game?
Yeah, we can. But Latibody would have to go around there, though.
No,
like,
remember say Latibody here. I would drop Latibody here in the. But the thing is, we don't know if Isaac Hayden is gonna play. That's another thing.
I don't think Isaac Hayden should just come in and play like that. I don't think so. A lot of people may think that, but I don't think that. You know, he needs to integrate himself. You can put him in. You know, the second half. If there's any issue, you put him in. But to start him in a big match like this, not knowing the how the team plays. Maybe know the team plays by watching games, but actually playing, not knowing, it's going to be hard for him to get that nick. You saw what happened to Oldgate the other day. You don't want that to happen in a game like this. You know, we might lose right there. So
yeah. Joe Grind said Trump win an easy election. Yo, what a landslide in unseen.
I keep telling people that, America don't want any woman. Even the Republican now, and only woman lead them. So,
brother, them don't know say American Republican. They man in a response with woman. Like when it comes down to like politically correctness. Like, sorry people, but we haven't been here to talk about the election. Donald Trump is the president, and Donald Trump is gonna impact a lot of people's lives starting January, whether or not we like it or not.
bro, sometimes Donald Trump still just talk sometimes. No, really not got nothing still.
No. I think this time unseen Donald Trump is going to be a mild version of Hitler.
What he's going to do is to protect himself, though, from people trying to convict him of things. He's going to do that. He's going to change some of the constitution laws, as I know about.
No, you can't just change the U.S. Constitution like that. That not going to happen, bro.
He's going to try, though.
To amend the Constitution, you think it takes?
He's going to try.
That takes.
He's going to try.
No, unseen. No, that not gonna take. That not gonna really work. But yeah. Overall, your take on the squad. Left it there, so JT. Energy.
I think it's a balanced squad. I think it's a balanced squad, in my opinion. I think based on, what we have right now that can come in and play, that the coach looked at, based on how they are playing in their club, I think it's a balanced squad. I think some players get back a look in because they had a, okay.
Norman Campbell out. I said the last show unseen that I did that. Norman Campbell was one of the players on the bubble.
You said it.
Yeah, and it wasn't his fault, but it's just where the team is. The coach has to think about who they're gonna sacrifice, and he was that sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, Folly and Bailey.
Yeah. So, unseen, may I take some more, Carl? We link up here, my boss?
Yeah, no problem. Do you think?
All right, my boss. All right, that was unseen, people. Somebody say ice. I rub them on right now, people. Ice actually the stock. You saw what happened for the company that the contractors that own ice. Their stock went up like, so them are go have a whole for people to grab off. So that's gonna be a madness out there because many of our defenders are currently carrying minor injuries. This is the reason why they are bringing so many defenders. I still think they're bringing too many defenders. Miami-Dade went for Trump. Them say from what they say from Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and Georgia and North Carolina. Once those states go, they say America goes. That's how they call it. You know what I mean? Obviously. So this is which venue can you buy tickets without buy online? I don't know, LB. Maybe somebody can buy the ticket and send it to your phone, and you just pay them. They just give you the tickets. I don't know, but I don't think a lot of the tickets now are more virtual or digital. Not necessarily. I remember growing up, tickets used to be at Fontana Pharmacy. I don't think that's the case anymore. It looked like everybody at Jamaica pray for people America get and spill bad mind. No, like, bro, me see people I say, yo, Trump I go send them back no, man. Jamaican people wicked, man. But listen, bro, Trump, there's also a lot of Jamaicans who are in high places in the United States. So Trump now gonna be able to just listen. It's not just gonna go off the rails like everybody I think. It's not just gonna be that. But I do think that Trump is gonna have a massive impact on people's lives going forward because he's gonna consider that this 4 years that he has now, he has to get it done. And he has the Congress, he has the House, he has everything that he needs now to get it across the line. He has the Supreme Court justices on the bench to really get his agenda through. Some people are trying to overturn Roe v. Wade, the whole abortion thing. It's just gonna be a crazy ride for the people involved. JT, people just exaggerate about Trump. It's just an agenda for people worried. Yeah, Trump is just gonna create anxiety. Wait there. I actually need to call back somebody. Determine. Let me give Determine a call back. Let me give Determine a call back. He was calling me, I think. Let me give him a call back. Yo, 954, me call you back. Determine was calling back. Enough Jamaicans in high places panic. It's only for people who papers not even near straight who should be there. Determine, go ahead, my boss.
JT, big up you. Thanks for the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Where can I start? Where you want me to start?
You just kick it
It
off.
It seemed like it.
Kick it off like a ball, man. Your take on the squad. Your take on the squad.
Okay, so let me start off with the squad. Squad is a fair squad. Only player I would love to see, based on his intensity, his stamina, is Norman Campbell. Like, I love that player. I think he'll match up pound for pound. Because you're to say it's a machine. These guys run from start to finish, nonstop. And Norman Campbell has that in him. Right? So I would love to see him out. But, you know,
it's life. We have to win some, lose some, no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, it didn't. But I think all in all, we have a good squad. All in all, I think we can pull off the win. This is the time for the players to rise up. The coach already set the tone. I love this coach. He answered all the questions. He didn't dodge from the questions. He took the questions took the bull by the horn and answered it. And I think hopefully most local coaches took a look at this coach and look how he handled the interview, right? Because most of our coaches, they dodge from questions or, you know, they play these games. No, you answer the question to the best of your ability with truth, facts behind it. And this coach basically set the precedent. So now is the time for the players to rise up and do what we need to do. Get these 3 points. And go on to USA, get these 3 points. And that's my expectation of this team, because we have a good enough team that we can do it.
Yeah, I think. And that's why I asked the coach about Ronaldo Cephas, because I just believe that America doesn't do well with speed, brother.
And I agree, because you saw it in the last game. Right? If he had finished those chances that he got, that would have been it. USA would have been crushed. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And hopefully this time around, you know, I'm sure Cephas has that chip on his shoulder. He wants to redeem himself. Bailey, the same thing. So I think, as I said, we have that team that can go, I wouldn't say pound for pound, but we can make the USA, put in the work, because we have that. Yeah, we have a team that can bring it forward, and I'm very confident in this team.
Leon Bailey's back determined. I'm kind of listen. It's just our team is very strange, where when there's a missing piece that needs to help another piece, when that piece get fixed, one next piece broken. Remember how we thought that Demarai Gray's performance has dropped off due to Leon Bailey not being in the team, and now Demarai Gray is kind of injured and Leon Bailey is coming back.
Well, the good thing about this team is, JT, we have replacements. So we're building a team that if our star players or starting players not starting due to injury, we have players that can replace them. Bailey is coming back. He's not 1,000%. I'm kind of concerned about that, because you know how we are as fans. This is his first game back. We expect like the unexpected, right? We have to be realistic. He's just coming back from injury. Hopefully he can put in a good shift. But if not, he put in a decent shift, I can say, okay, great. But I'm not expecting him to be the Leon Bailey of last season, because he's not. Right? So we have to tone our expectations as fans, right? So
next thing too, I think that Jamaica's the international team was helping Leon Bailey's performance as well.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, that we don't know what going on a while ago. Wow, what a big nice jump in. Yeah, Messi look like Messi Leon Bailey. I think when he was playing for Jamaica in the international window, Bailey almost scored every time he went back to his club.
I agree. Bailey, as I said, he put himself in some great positions for us to score. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Remember, he missed 5 goals against Canada?
Exactly. But the thing is, he just at that time when Bailey was playing, he didn't have that support system around him, right? And he felt, for whatever reason, that he had to take on the team on his back. And as fans, we sort of pushed him into that position, right? I think we just have to temper our expectations and support the whole team, from the goalkeeper to the forward, everyone, even the bench players, right? I'm very proud of this team and even these English players, right? I'm the kind of guy where everything that I do now is it.
But then unseen said the coach need to come prepare the local players them to get ready, man.
Prepare the who?
The local players them. Whenever you unseen just said that, so the coach need to come prepare the local baller them to get ready for his side.
That's not the coach job, bro. I can't even have them kind of conversation. That's not. It's like only Jamaica we do stuff like this, bro. And since let's go there, right? You have a player like Amari Hutchinson. We have a player like what's his kid name? Greenwood. I mean, these players are always going to be great. You know why they're going to be great, JT? England set that up for them. The Federation did that for them, right? So now let's be I'm tired of hearing about these players. They trying to choose between Jamaica, trying to choose between England. Bro, let them go. I don't care. Y'all make your mind up. That's not. You know what I want to choose.
And you know what the people them say. And that's why so people determine. The whole term where them come up with the xenophobic on YouTube, me them stalkers. So true me say.
That's true. I know that.
Because me say, bro, we cannot go down on with knees for players. If them no want to come, brother, we just load them. Like the show must go on. Like I feel like Jamaica is bigger than any one player. I don't care who you are. Like if you just not, that's why I asked the coach today in the press conference, what is Isaac Hayes' level of commitment? Me just want to say you're committed and you're ready to fight for Jamaica. That's all I want to know, brother.
And JT, this is why you are needed in this space. That question was a brilliant question. And the answer was a brilliant answer. This is a trade-off, right? You come here because you don't have a club. You're looking to put your name back on the map. Jamaica is huge. I don't care what nobody say. Jamaica is huge all over the world. Are we known for football? Flip a coin on that.
Determine. You notice the coach shut up the whole of the people. Them we are say we are fight against Isaac Hayes now. We are push with narrative now. Hear what the coach said? The coach said, yes, Isaac is here to play because he need a club too. But the man explained it. He explained it where I can live with the trade-off. The way how the coach explained it, I can live with the trade-off, bro. But the coach was brutally honest, and I respect that.
The coach was very honest. It's a business, JT. It is what it is. You use me, I'm using you.
Straight up.
That is no question. That's what it is. I'm not sugarcoating it. This is what it is, and this is what I'm saying. With these players that's trying to decide their mind, I don't give a shit. If you want to play, that's your business. But Jamaica must move on. I want players that want to play for Jamaica. I want players that say, you know what? I want to play for. I don't want to be begging no players. No, Jamaica must move forward. Right? These guys out of England, the system is already set up for them to be successful. Right? My thing is this: I can't wait for the day I wake up one day. Jamaica is they're talking. The Federation is talking to the UAE to build some fields there, to build a stadium there. These are the things I want to have anxiety about. I don't want to have anxiety about no damn Mason Greenwood trying to make up his mind. Bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that, bro.
Brother, me no run down play, no.
Must move forward. We got to be intentional about everything that we do so we can build the future period of yesterday to today, right? If you look at how this country is, my mom asked me who I'm voting for. I said, bro, I'm voting for myself, mom. That's
Yo,
just
determine.
it, right?
Determine. Me they all a backstage already, you know, bro, where me they a backstage a show where Lick Away and them the other show there. Enough of them artists there. And people just a fly around like people target Gigi. Like, brother, me just did a come and sip or some NSC and a reason with somebody else. We are talking about something interesting. And Lick Away and all of them people that did it. Yo, Mr. Boy, I'm not frightened for people, you know, determined. If you know the pan where me depend, me know the pan where you depend neither. It's just respect. I believe on this human level of how I deal with people. You see the madman on the road, him get me respect if him respect me. That's it, bro.
That's it.
You see, that's how me work. Like if you go on like you're up here, so I'm there, so brother, me even go but I have time for you. I don't really have time for you. Like you're God. I'm just a regular human, so me just go and do my little human thing and move on. If a player thinking bigger than Jamaica, and I'm not saying, listen, the coach made it clear. Giovanni, me so call him, man. I call her Giovanni. We're not talking about Mason Greenwood here. The coach spoke about Mason Greenwood. He cleared it up. He said Mason Greenwood is gonna come, but I'm just saying, people, if there's other players that we're trying to get, like Omari Hutchins to them, and them no want to come, them 10 of them yard. It's that simple. I don't believe in Jamaicans sending people go to England and them knee if go beg. No player if come play for Jamaica.
But JT,
straight up.
and that's why I agree with you. We in our DNA, Jamaica has always been a proud group of people, proud set of people. Period. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in this situation because of bad administration, right? If we did what we're supposed to do from 98 on up, we wouldn't be here. But that's water under the bridge. We should still remain with our dignity, right?
Brain Jane, Bobby Reed, I think the coach said, Bobby Reed, sorry that I'm interrupting you some of the time, determined. I will always give you the time to talk back again, but sometimes it's just corresponding with the people there. Brain Jane said, Bobby Reed, I think his wife is having a child. His wife is having a child. Go ahead. Continue, determined.
Okay. We should still remain and have our dignity, right?
Yeah, man. You know, Luciana say, Luciana say, no, even when I'm broken up inside, never give up my pride. Even when it's never seen, I never give up my pride. When the going gets rough and the dog gets going, and I never give up my pride. I them song them me have to listen in my ears when me I go through them pagan place. Yeah. Me no, you see me no frightened for people, bro. You see me? If you not depend where me depend, me no depend where you depend. You see me? We and now determined. Now I think, as I said, there need to be a stopgap. We can't dig up no more players out of them grave if we come get them club at Jamaica. Mason, Isaac Hayden should be the last mummy where we resurrect out of the pyramid and carry him, come put him in a Jamaica team. We will not resurrect any more mummies or any more dead bodies who are not playing football and put them in the national team. This needs to be a stopgap now. And the reason why he's a unique case, as we said, he's a specialist. There's not many players that we have as option. But he cannot continue. We just rise up the dead, come push them in a Jamaica team. It stops somewhere, bro.
I agree with you 100%, bro, because as I said, if you see what's going on in America, they set in this country for Americans. This is not my country. I'm here to make some money. So I got to be intentional about my decision for my country, right? And it starts with my federation because they're the one that control everything. And if I don't hold them accountable, right, I might as well stay here and battle it out. But I wasn't born here, so I'm not going to be crazy. Now that I have a voice, now that I have a business, I'm intentional where I spend my money and bring people from Jamaica to work, period. So when you see foolishness that's going on, right, in this administration, no, we got to speak out about it, and we got to be clear and concise about it, right? When you have players like Amari Hutchinson and all them, what separate them from most Jamaicans is where they were born.
That's it.
That's
it, bro.
That is it. We have the talent there, but the reason why our players cannot get out of this country and just be great is because of our administration, the damage they have caused throughout the years. And I'm done. I'm tired of it. Right? If you don't want to come play for Jamaica, that's your business. I'm going to stay here and build this thing, and we're going to build it the right way. That's what we should have anxiety about. Building this fund, because the money is coming in. The other day when Chung was on, I think he was on Cranky Show, he made a lot of good points. He rolled out a lot of different agenda that he has coming up.
Who that?
Hold them to. Dennis Chung.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you get a chance, go and watch it. He was on Cranky Show talking about the agenda, the long term.
You know, so me not watch, brother. Me not say me not really have time to watch interviews anymore with the JFF. That's even another thing. I don't really have the patience anymore for the whole bunch of talk. You know what I mean? I'm more of I need to be around more action-packed people. Like the talking determine just the talk what we are gonna do when God come. We are gonna capture two angel them and chop off them wing and sell it. Like, bro, I just don't want to hear it anymore. Like, if we're not gonna do something, just do it, bro. Just do it. Like, I don't want to hear the articulate speeches anymore. Like, as you can see, people, I don't have the patience. I'd rather do something else with my time, to be honest. Like, do it. Just do it. I'm gonna be here supporting Jamaica regardless.
Yeah, but JT, I'm glad you create a platform. It's not about, as I said, for me now, it's not about just supporting Jamaica. It's bigger than just supporting Jamaica. I want to be able for Jamaica, a Jamaican football player to look back and say, you know what, they're struggling between taking 10 million from Arsenal or 50 million from Chelsea, right? Just like these English players, they're struggling to make a decision of playing for this club, that club, this club, that. No, I want the same thing for our local born. And I'm not fighting against any outsider, like as in Jamaican parentage, because I have a son. I would love for him to play for Jamaica. That's his option. Or Haiti. His mom is Haitian. Or even America. That's his option. But at least I know he's in a good system where I can put him up in any of these other systems and he can thrive, right? That's all I'm asking for. If Greenwood want to show up, if what's his name? The guy that was that decided to play for England U21. If he wants to show up, fine, right? But my main thing now is my voice and how I spend my money, and it's going to be intentional. That is it. Thanks for the show,
all
JT.
right, man. Bless up yourself here. All right, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, let me give about 954 a call, and then me give back Giovanni. Me call it after me call 954. All right. I'm just ringing back. He was ringing me after determine. No, JT, I don't agree with your approach as a content creator. You need to stay informed. So, no, bro, I don't need to stay informed when it comes on to the JFF. Lone Wolf, anything I need to learn, I just know it, bro. I'm ahead of the JFF. Lone Wolf when it comes on to ideas and just how my brain work. I like what I don't know. I don't have time for it, dog. Go ahead. 954.
Can I get busy, JT?
All right, give me a link up back here. All right, my boss, blessing. Yeah, man. So as me I say, Lone Wolf is like what I'm saying is like if me I listen to Dennis Chung and them have new initiatives and stuff. Yes, talking about it is great. It's like when them say them are gonna fix the stadium, the government and thing. When me see them start fix it, it fix. It doesn't make sense. I'm on YouTube like, guys, they're gonna be putting down 2 blocks and 3 bag of cement and 2 length of steel and a certain thing. I'll go like, I don't have time for that anymore. Like, I'm not really here to dissect. You see how Talk Sports Radio them do them show England. This is how I want to do my thing. I just come on opinions on the things where I don't want to. I'm not gonna give too much of my energy. And next year, next year I'm gonna be doing a lot of production when it comes on to music, commercials, and them thing there. And I have to do less content when it comes on to Jamaican football. You see me? I won't be just streaming right through all when Jamaica now play. It makes no sense actually. You see me? Unless if there is broader things to talk about, yes, I will do that. But as you can see, you can't catch JT on YouTube again 3-4 times a week. I talk about Leon Bailey and Lottie Bodir them. Like that's not. When I do a video for even 2-3 hours, if somebody don't give me a super chat, I make $10. You see me? I say like I them say, you know what I mean? When them say cheap goods bring enough customers. I have to value my thing, brother. You see me? I can't just I give up my time. You see me? I say, well, it's just be your customers, but you're not really making a profit. You see me? You do 3-4 hours, and when you look, you end up make $16 per a video for 4 hours of your time. That not really pay no bills. You see me? I say, so my time, I rather just read a book or watch something and just reserve my energy, dog. To be honest, that's how I'm operating now. You see me? I say, because, and especially you come here, if you have big people, if you hit the like button, you know, and stuff, and you just sit down, you buy camera. I buy a camera for how much money, mixer, sound card, all them shit there. People don't care. People just think it's just another YouTube. Me just click on a video there and watch. I don't even have to like the video. I don't like that boy there, but I'm watch him for 4 hours. Makes no sense, dog. So for me, I have to structure my thing different these days, bro. So like right now, today we have stuff to talk about. The next show that I will do is we come and talk about the squad or some updates and some stuff like that. But it not gonna be this bleaching thing anymore, where it's just full-blown YouTube bleaching for 4 hours going forward, bro. Them days they're done. As for me, at least, them days they're done, bro. You see me? I say, let somebody else take up the mantle. There's a lot of people out there who want bust on YouTube. Make them bust. Because right now we have something when we work on the Valiant all in the night, and I don't even know if I can get to finish it. So let me see if we can get that across the line. You know, at least that if that pop off the right way, that's better. That's money. So I have to balance my time. I've really balance. But big up on yourself. I enjoy it. Because we have the WhatsApp group as well. We have the WhatsApp group of me talk football every day as well. That's why I really appreciate the WhatsApp group as well. Because when me not stream, me still have a community of people when me talk about Jamaican football with every single day. Giovanni, go ahead. Yeah, me there, you know, what's the chop?
How I topic?
No, you did say you didn't want to call in, man. So that me talk about anything you talk about right now. What you want to talk about?
So no, me the way that talk about but I'm just coming for one because I want a club and thing.
Yeah, you never hear the press conference. The coach, I know all of the ball of them. Him said this ball I want to get back to the highest level of playing football, so it's fair.
Well, I know JT, food national team is not for escape goat, my brother. You see, I realize some business thing them partner. Them now come to play for Jamaica for them art, you know. You see me I say.
Okay. So you know believe them for come?
Them for come and come do that but I want a club so I'm just come through Jamaica. No brother. We're from Mr. Bad man. Business thing them partner. Use the team as an escape goat.
So who you that bring in that team if we don't have better players?
Brother, yeah, we can have better players, but the mind they here, brother, to play for we like that. Think about it, brother.
You if you tell me solution, you know, because we're not better than him right now.
Brother, be a good ball in JPL. We have better ball in Jamaica too.
But we not score the ball, man. We not score the ball, them good man.
So you say ball and JPL, we could have make his side right now?
Yeah.
Like who?
We have some good ball and a Racing United too, brother.
Really?
Yeah, man.
We're Racing United in our league.
Yeah, man, in our league, man.
No, we're Racing United rank in the JPL.
No, me I say them have none about no rank. We have good players in there.
Okay, well, you see some players in there we can make it side?
Yeah, man, them good, man. It's just like them. Some of the players them want opportunity. Like, see me, I say, we not give them an opportunity, bad man.
Okay. You feel say we could have picked one whole 11 for out of Jamaica right now to represent Jamaica?
At least we can use them as a B-side. Jamaica have a B-side? No, we don't have a B-side, JT.
Okay.
They never try to use JPL money as a B-side. Come on, brother. Like, sound good, dad.
Okay. But you feel say 10 ball at the Jamaica we could have made the national team right now?
Dad. More than 10 ball, bad man. It's just that we just need to scout them.
Okay, so you da go about scouting them?
30. We have talented ball in my youth. So we can make the side right now, you know, dad. You see me, I say, there's some man, them man corrupt, you see me, I say, they want this man in our team, man.
So how you da go about scouting them ball there?
They don't want them man they back again, and like they never try to give them a chance to play, brother.
Yeah?
Well,
there's a couple ballers. So you see, say McLaren need to go take a look on
McLaren
racing.
McLaren not good at that because he's biased. You see me, I say.
He's biased?
Yeah, man, them boy are biased, man.
How me can say that? You can't call the big married man boy, man.
Look here, brother.
That's slackness that, man.
Fight no, man, brother.
That's slackness that, man. I can't call the big Manchester United coach boy, man.
Big elder. Because he come from Man United, brother. You know, say, like a name on our look on. I say, first time I'm going to do international.
But remember, say, you did that tell me, remember when you did tell me, say, Lenny Hyde for coach his side and the next week he go pick up 10 down at Turkey?
What you say?
Remember when you did tell me, say, Lenny Hyde for coach his side and then him go pick up 10 down there? Yeah. Go on. Remember when you did that tell me, say, Lenny Hyde for coach the national team and the next week he go pick up 10 down at Turkey with the youth them?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, say, you prove me wrong, though. I'm going to accept say you prove me
wrong.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, that.
So,
yeah, I'm accept the bad man. You know me wrong there, son.
Yeah. But this coach is a good coach still, brother. He's a good coach, Javan. I have to be honest. He's a good coach.
I guess on a JT, it's just that in that time, you know, my Jamaican people now have no patience, you know, brother. Me I tell you the truth, you know.
How much years more we for wait, brother? For 98 we go a World Cup, you know?
Look, you know, my youth, you cannot easy thing, you know, my youth.
So how much more years you don't want?
From Belgium start over from scratch. And do them thing bad, man. And look what them they know. Work out them man challenge first.
Belgium now challenge for no World Cup. Right now, brother.
Look, they say they go World Cup and get good ball out of them league. You see me I say? Everything is time, JT. Everything take patience.
So how much years you that how you that work this? How you that plan this out?
Alright, this if me was a JFF now, JT. Me I start over from the look youth them a come up. Like have a look league. Like example, like you see I have schoolboy now. They have like around like you know, they look primary school, you pick their play, we have a local league for them. You see me I say? Put them in some academy.
Okay.
Academy programs, academy. You see me? You know understand what I mean?
Yeah, man, I know
academy. You see me I say? Go from there, so you see development coach when I come up now, them now when I go there, them look at academy there and start develop some good players. What if I understand what I mean? We have come up now. You know, can go on develop some local youth, man. The academy league. You see me I say, while you can further your thing. You see me I say? so they can grow from this, you know. So, for instance, now, JPL, Club Water, a young youth. See me, I said, you can draft them from this, sir.
So, but how you adding schoolboy football in that?
Schoolboy football, yeah, nah, I'm gonna use a schoolboy football, but I have a youth league though.
Yeah, I just get rid of schoolboy football?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it.
Okay, I just squash that.
Yeah, and just create some like a youth league, like example, like under 18, like you have Mount Pleasant, Cavaliers, you know what I mean? But younger players I'm a play.
But you know, if you say you're gonna miss a lot of players, but don't you think you're gonna miss?
You can just promote them in the A team. You see me I say?
But don't you think you're gonna miss? But don't you think you're gonna miss a lot of players? Where, as in schoolboy football, a lot of youths will get a chance to play. They're not necessarily involved in academies. So you know, if you say you're gonna still miss out a lot of players.
And so I'm tell you, the scouting thing are the biggest thing in a Jamaica. If it be the biggest thing in Jamaica JT. Because if you not scout the boy, man, them don't good. We not get no good players JT.
But when you scout them, how much person can fit in our team, in our academy? So you're not pre that. If you even do it by parish, how much JPL club they in a parish too? Most of the JPL club.
You think we start do it on like a 14 club? You know?
No, but you can't just a 14 club alone. But I remember say Kingston alone have one whole per club in a bro.
That's a problem that too.
So you that structure that you so right now where you talk about in a brother have restructure the whole football in a Jamaica, you know.
Everything need to restructure because them are focused on one. But if you realize it, JT, I just one part, them are focused on another Kingston alone, my brother. And to them now, when I feed them head, a Kingston alone, the ball of them there. Like, brother, ball everywhere in a Jamaica fam.
That I agree
it's just
with. That I agree with.
The league itself, they don't have no money. And they don't have no like sponsorship. You see me I say? But they need to like start it over there and restructure it fam.
So what you say right now? You don't think we are going? You say what we don't think we can go at this World Cup right now?
No. To be honest, that's just my opinion. You can agree, you can disagree. But in my opinion, not gonna really work that.
We not go at this World Cup right now?
No, I'm not wanna be too negative, but just be honest, fam.
I want to make you say that.
Just to see that.
You know, you see that, bro.
We are hurry up and come up there. You see me I say.
Same no seat right
me's
now.
a man, below. See things take time, no, JT. If you rush something, it not go work.
True. I feel relationship them. Years you take before you pop all the question. Yo, guys, you take time. How long it ask before you ask your girl if you go out on a date? Because you love things that take time, you know, man.
No, man, yeah, put date in football, man.
No, to me, I say I love things that take time overall. So I say, I want never say you operate in your natural life. You see me? Like you're a person with just like it as a slow burner, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. When me's a patient you, dad, I just understand.
Okay. And bro, patient is virtue. A little bit of patience won't hurt you, you know? Yeah.
Betty, as I said, we need a youth league. That would be a better thing right now. So we can see we work with it. And you see, some coach will come up now and them young, can make them go and coach academy them. And then can go on them look at schooling and improve them coaching and can promote them. Who knows?
Nah, but I still you come and you blaze your fire and you give take. Javon, you know say respect. Love and respect. Even though people don't agree with your point, you're a youngster on YouTube and I always hear you out. And you know, I don't agree with everything, but I think there are some things that you say in there, especially about the youth league and things like that I do agree. I disagree.
Oh yeah, try to keep me off a show now.
No, I know keep me try to kick you off a show. I'm gonna wrap up the show soon. Over 2 hours I'm gone, you know. Yeah, man. 2 hours I'm gone, man. I tell you, so I can't do the work for 4 hours, man. But the thing when I said the last time, I have to set up a thing for your next bridging just off of the back of that. So we have to deal with it. You see me? Tonight. JT love give mad people the stage. No, I saw them. Jerome made 760. You no mad. What kind of work you do, Javon?
Work at Amazon now. But I know Jamaican people stay with them, man.
Okay, what you do there? You drive or are you working at warehouse them?
Warehouse.
So you say AI, the robot them so can take your job then.
Yo, I can say yes.
Yeah, man, I see them move out the robot. I was at a seminar, brother, this week where them launch this supercomputer in Denmark. And I said, Jesus Christ. Place I go get scary, dog. The place I go get dark when it comes down to technology and the future.
I mean, live right now, I see no black people on the road. I'm used to see them.
They say computer, them all gone in the black people.
Place quiet.
Technology gone with all the black people.
Yeah, man.
Yo, listen, my boss, we link up here.
You say so.
All right, my boss. Yeah, man, that say, man. May we catch up, man. Let's stay ahead, man. Stay safe on the weekend. I don't know. We can take 1 or 2 more calls if somebody else wanted to call in. If nobody's gonna call in, we're gonna wrap it up because we're not gonna lambast on the same thing here. If we just give it a few more minutes and see if anybody is calling. If nobody is calling, we just keep it moving. And just bless up everybody who passed through while we're at it. It's what, Saturday night? Shit. It's already Saturday, man. The time I move fast. Amazon is cool. Let's work. I'm gonna take a call from Travis Peso. One second, Travis. Maya. No. All right, go ahead, Travis.
Yo,
yeah, man, may I hear you?
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man, may I hear you? May I hear you, Travis? Got you.
You sound low, man.
No, bro, everything is at the same. Me not change nothing.
All right. Yeah, man, what on?
Me there, I know.
As I said, the squad pick. I like the squad, but only one problem I have with the squad, as we tell you from when I was find out too much defenders. That's my problem with the squad.
I true that.
Yeah. Because to me, based on our experience we have, sorry to say, King couldn't stay out. I'll get our next defenders. Norman Campbell in our team as our next defender. We need 4 centre backs, which is Low, Pinnock, Holgate, and Bernard to come back. Wing back at Tavan, and my name Dexter. Then you have Amari come back with Lee. That should be the defenders at all time for me. So if we want to keep Latin in our team now, as we get Isaac, Latin couldn't be a right back, and we take out Tavan.
Actually, to be honest, say when we look on it right now, maybe it's not so far-fetched having 9 defenders because when you look on it, oh well, that's true because you don't need 9 because you don't need 9. You don't need 9.
Attacker your best form of defense. We play at home, brother. We don't need to fear. We don't have to defend against the USA. And we don't want when the first leg go on, don't tie at Jamaica.
True.
That's what I say. And these people that talk about back three, this is a covered formation and then a football, brother. Formation outdated, brother.
It depends on how you work the back three because look, a back three Sporting News beat Man City when I tell you,
with Pinnock and Low, or whoever Bernard or Holgate we might use, we can't work with that. 2 good wing back. You have Isaac with somebody now, so we play 4-2-3-1. So Bailey and Gray, you attacking midfielder this one. And then you have one striker with Antonio or Boza more use. I team that for me against the USA team. Because you also play one at all time. 4-3-3. So you have either Musa, Adams, injury from Windsor, Musa, Killman, or the next brother there, when name McKinney. We'll run up and down this one. So if we come back them, as far as I see, we can't play 4-3-3 like them yet. Our team, the coach still pick the team. And then man up in their feelings too, the coach pick Dixon, brother. The coach like Dixon, that's why I pick him. So all fans them were I guess but uno no want to see Dixon night team, no time to see Dixon face. So I'm sorry for you. See coach talk about Maggie again. I think to have a play along with Ravel for next year. So now what time see Maggie too? It's just what it is. Yeah, listen, I said, whether we like a team or not, at Jamaica we support. Everybody have their favorite, including me. Barely, but I'm glad saying come back now. Kind team, I want different threat that for USA, you know. With him and Gray, I'll agree 100%. So USA have got to think different, you know.
Bailey did play another game there?
Which one?
The last game we played the USA, he never played.
No, man, I think injured, I think. Also, see question you raised the coach. Excellent question, you know. We can use the pace and hurt them.
Because, bro, me feel say if Bailey and Gray start, I believe that we're getting two of almost the same. You see me? I would start Bailey and Cephas, brother. I don't think Demari Gray fit enough right now.
You know, so me not start Demari and bring on Cephas. You gonna kill them. Me not put on
but
Demari.
I'm not getting up though.
Yeah, me not starting. And bring on Cephas. All right, look what the game with the USA. Remember I wing back where they have to pull out those Cephas so they kill him.
Yeah, remember.
Right. You see me I say. All right, you know what? We have a different respect for Isaac. You know why, JT? Because the man left England and come and can't deal with him passport himself.
That not give him no points for me, now, bro.
But JT,
no points for me.
JT, the man them born in England, whether we like it or not. So their first choice are always want to play for their country and their birth. And when football stay out in a seat at work, people young, so people don't talk things better. So we have to give and take. That's the first thing we have to understand.
Fair.
At the time, him thinking of himself, saying he can make England. All right, look for West Holgate. Look for Holgate if he come here. When in the Everton, he come now. As he come now, he start playing in a West Brom team. Who to tell if Isaac come and perform? Newcastle number was telling me coach will put him in a team. We never can tell. International football always give have an opportunity to play in a club team. Because he will get that and we see him, brother.
Yeah, I think that's
we come in and of course say this a man there, this a man there. At Jamaica we have support, brother. We are
and in a way it kind of play off with Jamaica because if he comes to Jamaica and play and it rejuvenates his career, he then feels like he owes Jamaica.
JT, listen up, you know what I like JT? You see who come now? Because you know so we have a different thing for Mason Greenwood.
But Travis, big man thing still in bro. Me have to talk to you about that. A little thing we go on in the group, me see you skip over that. Me feel say you have to apologize to the brother about that part here.
No man. No, JT, me apologize to you.
No, but we don't need that. I know me you tell that Travis, you need to apologize to him, brother.
Yeah. No man, JT, you are my friend. You will be coming in that group. So
but Travis, I know so life go, brother.
Listen, JT, you saw me find some man in that group, me and them shooting in that group together. Let's tell you that.
No, Travis, you misunderstand what I'm saying. We have a community, Travis. If you tell a man about him, mother, brother, I think you need to apologize. I stand by your other point, them, but I think that, brother, I think that's a bit too far, Travis. As a big man, bro, I just think that even take some time and look out, give yourself some time to think about it. Because even if you a man do that too, I'm going to, I would tell him the same.
Yeah, JT, me understand all that. But here's my problem, JT. Me I don't talk football. You control me and laugh. Me depend that to the brother. I've made many friends since we come on YouTube. In a person, just like you. When we go a match, same way too.
Yeah, man, but Travis, just still, me now go, as we know, so that they're the group thing, but me I say just give some time and think about it still. I think it's a big man thing to do. You see me? That part, me not talk about the other point, and you're going to stand by your point, but for me, I just feel like the part, especially you, at first, you do that, so I expect a little better from you as well.
Yeah, me understand that. Yeah. That's why I apologize to you. That's why I apologize to you.
Yeah.
That's why I apologize to you.
Yeah. No, but you can't. I know me. You apologize to this.
No, JT. What me means I apologize to you. Remember, say you put me in the group. You know. Me understand. Me understand perfectly what you're saying.
Yeah. Just give some time, though, Travis, and think about it.
Yeah, man.
Give some time and think. Because it's a big man thing to do. Because you see, as Jamaican too, you know, say we have a pride them. But guess what? You see, sometimes, bro, it's such a better fresh air when you just get some things off and just you get that off of your chest, but you can also come back as a man and say, yo, see, I think me take it too far. Sorry about that. Bless up yourself, but my other thing them when me say, me not change my mind on them other thing there.
Yeah.
You see me I say? Your other points them where you make your stand on them, but that the same way me say Gunners boss come on here and him do that to Flavor Max, but block him from my channel.
Okay.
Like you see me I say me feel like football, true, bro. Football not really that crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like politics with them here.
Remember, say football is a sport of passionate, you know.
Yeah.
So people don't speak their mind. So my time out the terms like what I did. That's why I apologize. Because me said me did in I town and me have a few drinks too. I'm not telling you that. Friday night, I'm in I town.
But Travis, we catch up here. Yeah. We link up. Me have to run here. People, bless up on yourself. Yeah. Until next time. Here, people.
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!
2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored.
It's done really well. Havertz is running through, but broken down this goal!